Lisa is completely unhinged and she's lost it in this episode. Her little luncheon has served nothing but low blows and almost elbows. We got to get into it in this recap today.
But I'll be on it always, always.
Hey, welcome back to my Queen Cave. And if this is your first time in here, my name is Shelby. And here in the Queen Cave, I love making recaps on my favorite TV shows and movies. I feel like my opinion has just as much value as everyone else's, so I'm definitely going to be adding more commentary videos when I can. And I love doing deep dives into Black history and the icons that helped shape that history. If that sounds like your vibe, go ahead and subscribe. You already know the deal. Today, we are recapping The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 6, Episode 3, Dismissed. Alright, so we start off with Lisa. She's at a restaurant and she's going around getting something set up for an event she has planned. She's going around making sure every detail is perfect. She once again goes down her laundry list of all these different celebrities that she's been working with and says that she's way too booked and busy to be worried about the drama that happened at Amy's place. Again, she reiterates how successful and amazing she is despite how much the girls want to downplay it. She just wants us to know she's so successful, she's so rich, and she's with all the elites. She wants everyone to know that. We then get some more context on what the luncheon is actually about, and we get a flashback 2 days prior with Lisa and Amy, the rando. Lisa is telling Amy she wants her, she said, Mary, Heather, who else? Oh, and Meredith. She wants all of them to meet up to go skeet shooting. I didn't know what that was. I had to do a little bit of research. And it's basically a shooting game where you shoot at moving targets. So we'll see them do that later in the episode. But she wants to invite them first. And then after that, she wants to invite the rest of the girls. There's Brittany, Bronwyn, Whitney, and Angie. She wants them to meet up at the luncheon afterward. And she has a little surprise for them. So that should be so juicy and so good. Bronwyn and Todd are meeting up for lunch. And when they sit down, Bronwyn goes to take off her coat. And I'm like, wait, is her dress supposed to be like that with her bra halfway hanging out? Like, am I the only one that noticed that? I was like, what does she have on? Like, I know Bronwyn has this, what's the word? Eclectic type of style, but it's like, I hope that was part of the dress or it was supposed to look like that, because to me it looked like she had half her bra hanging out and she was just acting like it was normal, and I was just caught off guard. Like, if that was something you dug up from the back of the closet, Bronwyn, it should have stayed in the deep bowels, because that was looking a mess.
So, my eyes are correct.
She tells us after Todd heard all the comments people were making about how harshly he talks to Bronwyn, he's made a significant effort to make changes in that area, learning to speak to her more compassionately and with patience. So she recognizes that, but she also recognizes that he's done a lot more changing since then compared to the changes that she's made within herself. Which, on one hand, I'm like, okay, we love a self-aware queen. But on the other hand, I'm like, shouldn't that tell you something, Bronwyn? Like, if you see that Todd is willing to make those changes for you so you do get that respect that you deserve, shouldn't you still be doing your part on your end to do the changes you need to make? Because you're not perfect, just like no one else is. So I think that is something you should take more seriously, because I just feel like, if we're going to be so real, the position that Todd is in, being the sole provider from what it looks like, and for him to be the sole provider, we're going to assume, and also he is putting the work in on his end to make changes to make the relationship a better, put the relationship in a better place. I feel like if he feels like he's the only one putting that effort in, that could result in him growing resentment towards you and him feeling like he's putting more in than what he's receiving. So that can just end up not good down the line. So maybe think about that while you're over here snickering about it. She then goes on to explain that she moved both her mom and her dad into their house because they both had issues with their health. Her dad has had Alzheimer's for the past 10 years. Her mom had a brain tumor, needed emergency surgery, and she made a full recovery. But her mom is now indefinitely living with her while she had to move her dad into a more intensive care facility so he can get professional treatment and around-the-clock care. I feel like her having her parents plus Gwen and the boyfriend, because let's not forget about that, all of them plus Bronwyn and Todd in there is too much. In my opinion, it's absolutely fuck no.
Fuck no, baby.
Because it's like, now we have way too many miscellaneous people in the mix. And I just feel like it's very, what's the best word? Selfish, inconsiderate, all the above, for Bronwyn to just be having these people in the house. And I'm just like, are you considering that this is all on Todd's dime, Bronwyn? Are you thinking about that? Or are you just so self-centered in whatever the fuck you want to do for yourself? You're not considering how Todd would feel about that. I'm just really confused as to why you're missing that part. You're in a marriage. We get a flashback of Bronwyn and Meredith having a sit down, and they're bonding over both having to deal with their sick parents and how hard it was for them to deal with that. So Bronwyn uses that as a way to try to show Meredith a different side of her versus how she's been seen with the group of girls together. They then, of course, talk about the confrontation between her and Lisa. Meredith says she knows how brutal Lisa can be from experience, because I know you guys remember that hot mic moment Lisa had when she was reading Meredith for filth, when she called her a slutty slut whore that slept with half of New York and said that Seth was a bum that could not hold down a job. Bronwyn goes on to say it's going to be hard for her to move on with Lisa and at least be cordial with her. And Todd is over here asking her, like, why would you even bother to be cool with someone like her? Everything that she has said about you is unforgivable. And I definitely agree with Todd. Like, why do you even want to be cool with Lisa at this point, Bronwyn? She called you a gout dick sucker. Did you forget about that? Bronwyn says the reason why she cares so much about being cordial with Lisa is because she doesn't like when people don't like her. And I was for real like,
what? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I just feel like that is screaming someone that has struggles with low self-esteem and is a people pleaser. Because why do you give a fuck, Bronwyn? I don't understand why that is even crossing your mind. I just find it really surprising that she would even say that. Todd then says, oh, nonchalantly, oh, a lot of people don't like you. I was like... Like, where did that even come from? Like, and then he says it all nonchalantly, and like he does not give a damn. And Bronwyn's caught off guard, and she's like, "Oh, okay." Next, we get a nice, cute little scene of Angie. She's going to visit her dad, and we get some backstory on his childhood and how traumatizing it was and how much he really is still dealing with that trauma today. So they have a bonding moment about that. Not really much to add here, so next. So now we're getting over to Bronwyn. She is in the living room with her mom, and they are just discussing how emotional it's been for her mom to have to go through her dad's old stuff and decide whether to keep it or get rid of it. This then leads Bronwyn to give us some more details on the dynamic between the relationship of her and her father. And she says that her dad doesn't have any adult memories of Bronwyn. He thinks that Bronwyn is Gwen, and he thinks that Gwen is still a toddler. She says the last memory her dad does have of her was when the news broke to him about her having a child out of wedlock. And as you know, in the Mormon community, that is a big no-no. So he was a recorder in the temple during that time. So that came with a lot of backlash, scrutiny, humiliation. So he was very disappointed in Bronwyn, and that caused a huge strain in the relationship for a long time. Because of this, Bronwyn has always had this feeling that she's just not good enough, and she still has that feeling that she struggles with today, which makes a lot of sense as to why she makes the comments that she makes about herself and about how other people perceive her, which again just proves the point that she should be spending more time focusing on herself and doing that self-growth versus trying to have Gwen stay around in the house more often so she can stay being a mother as long as possible and have that be her main priority versus taking that time to focus on herself. I don't see why she doesn't see it that way. And I'm hoping one day she can wake up and see what she needs to do to better herself, to make herself happy and more at peace. So now they're talking about how it took Bronwyn a little while longer to really figure out what she wanted to do with her life. Bronwyn's mom says, "You wouldn't have gotten there without Todd. You couldn't get there without a dime."
Damn. I'm sorry.
She did not have to say it like that. I was like, damn, she is so blunt. But did she tell any lies though? Bronwyn clearly doesn't like that her mom made that comment, but she reluctantly acknowledges that she is right. She says that that is not the first time her mom has made a snarky comment about her, and that has contributed to her wanting to get her mother's approval so much and longing for it still to this day. Once again, Bronwyn, more footage to show you how much you need to take a time out and take some time to grow and do some more self-development because, again, your mother is elderly, you are getting up to the elderly age and you are still longing for your mother's approval. It's time to give it up. Her mom then gives her the final blow and says, "I hope you're okay with going through this because you'll have to go through this with Todd sooner or later."
Damn!
So now we're getting over to Heather, and she is in the process of turning her old storage room into an office, or a love den, as she calls it. Okay. Next, because we know there are no lovers going in there, Heather, based off all the comments you always make about how dry it is down there and how dry your phone is and how dry your dating life is. So let's just skip to the real business. Angie comes in to join her and she tells Heather she's getting her Greek citizenship and she is very excited about it. And I know I am not the only one that feels this way. But I am very, very, very tired of hearing about Angie and this whole Greek thing. I'm just like, I understand, Angie, you are excited about your Greek heritage. I respect that. We get it. But at the end of the day, what else can we get from you? What other information can we receive from you? Because you being Greek, just as you are telling us your daughter Electra told you, has become your whole identity. We know you're Greek. We get it. Is there anything else that we can learn from you, Angie? No? So you're just boring. Okay, got it. Next. And getting on the topic of her daughter Electra, she also says that Electra is in that stage where she's transitioning to being a teenager. She wants to do more things on her own. She's not trying to be all up under her mom. So it is making her feel some type of way. It's hurting her feelings that Electra isn't all interested in all the same things she is like she used to, and she's not telling her, basically, I feel, what she wants to hear. She's really telling her mom what she really feels, and that is hurting her feelings, and she's just understanding that she has to take more of a step back so Electra can find herself and be herself freely without always having her mom helicopter over her. So she is transitioning right now, but she's having a hard time. We then, of course, segue over to the Lisa Bronwyn showdown of it all at Amy's gathering. And Heather is asking Angie, so what did happen with the confrontation? Because I just didn't want to be in it and I ran off to the bathroom. And I'm just like, I'm not surprised. Actually, I didn't even notice that Heather wasn't even there when she said that, because we know you like to throw the rocks and hide your hands and act like you didn't do anything, be in the background. Angie starts to explain everything popped off after Brittany threw Angie under the bus and told Lisa about the joke she made about Jen Shaw. Heather is real quick to add that Lisa is either in financial distress, she's living a lie, or she is under attack from all the lawsuits that have been thrown at her. And Angie says on one hand she feels bad for her, the other hand she doesn't, because of how braggadocious and arrogant arrogant Lisa is. Heather connects that to the same comment that Lisa made at the lunch when she was saying she was so much better than the rest of the girls, she was above them, had more going on in her life. And Heather says it hurt her feelings that Lisa made that comment. And I'm just thinking, of course you didn't say that to Lisa when you had the opportunity in her face. You wait to say it behind her back to one of her non-friends, Angie. So that's real interesting, Heather. You're such a good friend to Lisa. Where is that in person? Right. Heather goes on to say she really values her friendship with Lisa to the point where she's not going to cut in and try to correct her, you know, as a good friend does, try to hold their friends accountable. Yeah, not Heather. She's gonna let Lisa do whatever, say whatever, and just co-sign and be a yes man because she cares more about having a friendship with Lisa than having any self-respect. Lisa and the girls, they are skeet shooting, and surprisingly, they're pretty good at it. Heather is asking Lisa where the other girls are, why they didn't join them for the shooting, and Lisa says they're going to be joining them for lunch later and she has something special in mind for them. And Heather makes a comment and she goes, "Oh, so is this the elite group?" What? Heather, please get her off the screen. This is so juvenile. This is so annoying. Like, this is giving, like, Heather is looking at this as if she's in a clique in high school and she feels all giddy to be in the cool popular girl group. Like, it's so pathetic and lame. Bye, Heather. So now we get to the good stuff. We meet with all the rest of the girls at the lounge for lunch. As they round the corner, we see all these blown up poster boards of Lisa's lawsuits, and they got these fat dismissed signs across all of them. And everyone is completely confused, like, what the fuck is going on? I thought we were here for lunch. I don't see any food. Lisa is so petty for this. Like, this would piss me off. You invited us here for a luncheon, and we turned the corner to see no food, but a whole bunch of bullshit poster boards like, Lisa, you better be having some food come out soon because I'm about to leave here with something.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Lisa tells the girls the point of the luncheon was to clear up any lies they were telling about her on the girls' trip. Whitney starts asking Lisa, like, how do these poster boards clear up any of the allegations that were made? And Lisa just goes, dismissed, they're dismissed, period. Next. She's not answering any questions. The only thing that she's going to respond for the most part is going to be, it's all been dismissed. I don't have to answer anything about it. And Bronwyn's like, no. Dismissed as in you paid those funds back to those people, or dismissed as in the claims were fake? And Lisa is like, dismissed as in it's none of your fucking business. Okay, are you mad, Lisa? And I just feel like you can really tell when Lisa starts to understand the truth is being spilled. She starts getting defensive immediately. She starts to get loud. She's one of those people where she thinks her being loud is her winning the argument. Angie then chimes in because she wants to give Lisa a chance to clear up some of these allegations that were made against her. So she asks a few burning questions that we all like to know the answer to, such as her usage of another man's Amex card behind John's back, the allegations of Lisa's mystery meat paying off her car and paying off the remodeling of her home, saying now that he owes her a grand total of $118,000. I did not know she was in this deep. And if her alleged mystery side meat man is going the lengths to sue her, I'm sure he has zero problem presenting all of the needed receipts given to back up these claims. So it's like, Lisa, if this comes out to be true, you are finished. Lisa, of course, continues to try to deny and deflect, and in Bronwyn's confessional, she says, denying and dismissed are two completely separate things. This is a very active lawsuit that's still pending. So as Lisa wants to keep trying to make it seem like everything is dismissed, the lawsuit that has the most egregious allegations, yeah, that one is still active, Lisa. So let's just not play these games. As Lisa is continuing to try to deflect, Amy the rando jumps in and tries to defend her, and I'm just like, wait! Amy, go back and step into your place as the friend of that we didn't ask for. We do not even know who you are, so your opinion is irrelevant. Next!
Do I give a fuck?
No, not one.
How many fucks do I give?
0.
Exactly, so therefore your comment is irrelevant.
And Whitney wants to get some more clarification specifically, and she says, so were the allegations that were made by your alleged mystery meat side man dismissed as well? Or, and Lisa goes, it's all in the process of being dismissed. She can barely get it out because she knows it's bullshit. Lisa keeps ranting and raving about something that makes zero sense, something about a fanciful tale. And she asks Angie, so does that answer your question? And I'll answer that. No. You didn't answer any questions, Lisa. All you kept saying was dismiss, dismiss, dismiss. I don't have to answer anything. Next. You didn't answer a damn thing. Angie starts trying to explain to Lisa the topic got brought up in the first place because Lisa was doing all this digging on Bronwyn, and Lisa immediately tries to deny it, which is a complete lie because she was doing all that extra digging last season about Bronwyn and the jeweler and trying to expose that she didn't really buy anything from the jeweler. So she was definitely doing some extra digging on Bronwyn. Lisa is now going off on Bronwyn, and she goes, you're just mad that you got caught lying about jewelry you can never buy. Your business is not my business. My business is not your business. And don't speak to me ever again. Lisa is so dramatic. She always has the theatrics like, Lisa, please. I don't know who you think you are, but I don't give a damn. Bronwyn then brings up the comment that Lisa made about her calling her a whore, which Lisa again immediately tries to deny. And Bronwyn was like, you did call me a whore. You said that I suck dick for money. And Lisa again deflects, and she then turns the attention over to Todd, and she's like, you're just mad because your husband is a misogynistic asshole. And Bronwyn was like, the only person that is misogynistic in this conversation is you by calling me a whore as a woman. Like, what is your problem? And she's still not getting it. And that's the main theme that Lisa does over and over again. She does not give the other person a chance to fully talk and her receive the information and then respond. She's just quick to be defensive. She'll cut you off, tell you you're a liar, and then say some other bullshit over and over and over again. Lisa then once again goes off to let everyone know how amazing she is and how amazing her life is. She has all these celebrity friends, and she was living it up in the lap of luxury with those amazing friends while they were in the gutters at the RV camp. And she lets everyone know these lawsuits have zero merit and she's not worried about them. And once again, I'm going to reiterate, Lisa, that's the reason why people do not fuck with you. They don't like someone that is continuously letting everyone know how successful they are in a way that you're doing it. It's so distasteful, it's so tacky, it's so just annoying. We don't give a fuck. We know you have great things going on, no problem. But you use that as your whole value of who you are as a person. And it really is just letting it be clear the other problems you have about yourself. You need to inflate all of the materialistic things about your life that says a lot about who you are as a person. Period. Lisa then turns to Angie and she asks her, what were you hoping to gain by talking behind my back like that? And Angie is like, well, you've talked about people's businesses. And again, Lisa is immediately cutting her off and she says, thank you for the story. Next. Are you kidding? And Angie has the same reaction like, this is so frustrating trying to communicate with you because you don't give the other person a chance to speak, you're not respectful, and you don't respect the other person's feelings of how they're trying to communicate here. So there's no point of even trying to have a conversation with you. Honestly, for me, it was really hard to even watch this scene with Lisa because I got tired of her from the jump. Seeing her do this over and over and over again as a grown-ass woman, especially with how she walks around thinking that she's better than other people. Have that part mastered at least, Lisa. Be able to communicate effectively. That's just fundamentals. You want to be a boss so bad. I thought you have to be able to speak to people respectfully when you're in a business setting, when you're just entrepreneur all around. So shouldn't those qualities still be infused in how you are in an everyday standpoint? I'm just like, you want to pick and choose. It's weird, and it's not landing the way you think it is. You're coming off looking so childish and just crazy. Whitney then chimes in and she's asking Lisa, so what are we supposed to think when such egregious allegations come to light about you like that? And Meredith finally wants to open her trap, and she goes, that doesn't make them true. And Whitney is like, oh, now you want to speak up? Now you want to join the conversation because you didn't have a damn thing to say during the girls' trip. Meredith goes, I did step in to defend Lisa. What are you talking about? And the rest of the girls all agree that Meredith didn't really do much to defend Lisa during that time. She spoke up once and was like, oh, Lisa's not here. We shouldn't talk about it while she's away, XYZ. And I'm just like, Meredith, sure, you did say that one little thing, but other than that, you didn't make any other attempts to try to have the girls stop talking about it or to defend Lisa. So for you to try to tell Lisa, oh, they're lying, they're trying to separate us, don't believe them. And Lisa's like, oh, I believe you. I'm like, of course you do. Like, next, this is not even surprising. We already knew that you would believe her because you guys have this weirdo friendship anyway, so it wasn't surprising. Brittany, who we forgot was even on the scene, gets her 5 little seconds of screen time, thank God. And she goes, Meredith, you really didn't say a lot during the girls' trip, and I was really surprised because from you having a law degree background, I would think you would give more of your perspective on the situation. And Meredith is over here like, Brittany, please shut the fuck up. Stay in your lane. You don't even know what you're talking about. I did defend Lisa. I was there for her as a friend, XYZ. So they're going back and forth about if she was there as a friend for Lisa to defend her or not, and it's just the same redundant thing because Brittany has to get some sort of word in. We haven't heard from her the entire episode, so that part was actually so refreshing. Whitney then tries to end the whole conversation by saying the lunch was pointless, this proves nothing, and this was all a waste of time. And Lisa, of course, digs into her bag of Lobos, and she is ready for Whitney. And she goes, Whitney, how are you dealing with the unwinding of your failing business, huh? I was like, oh no, she's going for the jugular. This sets Whitney off, and she starts going off about how her business failed, how she's trying to do what she can to get out of it, and how Lisa, as another woman that owns a business, should be more understanding and compassionate of Whitney's situation. Whitney then tells Lisa, you're just scared of the truth. And this whole luncheon was just a cover-up for that. Lisa then says something that really triggers Whitney, and because they bleep it out and we can't see her lips moving to read her lips, I missed what she said to Whitney. That made her so mad when she was like, are you really going there, Lisa? And I was like, what did she say other than talking about her business? Because they bleeped it out when she cursed, and she said something else after that. So I lost that. So if anybody else got what she said, please put it in the comments so I can get that missing context. Lisa then ends her insults on calling Whitney a redneck, and this has Whitney pissed. She is red in the face. She's pointing her hand at Lisa. She gets up. She throws her napkin in Lisa's face. She goes around the table. Now she's in her face, pointing in her face. Lisa's just like, yep, I don't care. I don't care, Whitney. Bye. Storms off and she's pissed off, and the episode goes blank. To be continued. Dun dun. This episode had me at the edge of my seat at the end. If we're gonna be real, the first part of the episode was kind of boring. I feel like this episode was more of a filler in a way until we got to the very end. Of course, we know they always love to save the good parts to the end, but I just feel like the drama was juicy. I feel, again, Lisa is taking her low blows a little too far. I feel like she is going way harder because she knows that the girls are coming for her ass, and all of these things are coming out about her. Because once again, if her alleged mystery side meat man didn't have proof, why would he ever allege all of these things in a lawsuit, in a public lawsuit, and demanding all his money? Girl, all of your skeletons, all of the things that are being done in the dark behind John, yeah, your husband's back, is seeming like it's coming to light. So I am real excited once again for the next episode to drop. Let me know what your favorite part of the episode was in the comments down below. Thank you so much for joining me on this recap, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!